Supermodel Linda Evangelista is stepping back into the public eye after spending the last 5 years of her life in hiding. During an exclusive interview with People magazine, Linda opened up about having a cosmetic procedure that she says left her brutally disfigured. Linda was once one of the most photographed people in the world, but she has been hiding out until she was ready to share her story. The model spoke about the emotional and physical pain that has consumed her life after she claims coolsculpting left her permanently disfigured. Coolsculpting has become a popular and FDA-approved fat-freezing procedure that is promoted as being a non-invasive alternative to liposuction. In September, Linda even filed a lawsuit against coolsculpting's parent company called Zeltic Aesthetics for $50 million in damages. She's alleging that she has not been able to work after undergoing 7 sessions of coolsculpting in a dermatologist's office from August 2015 to February 2016. She tells People magazine, "I love being up on the catwalk, now I dread running into someone I know. I can't live like this anymore, in hiding and shame. I just couldn't live in this pain any longer. I'm willing to finally speak." In just 3 months after her treatments, Linda started to notice these bulges appearing under her chin, on her thighs, and bra area as well. Coincidentally, it was the same areas that she was attempting to shrink, but now they were suddenly growing and hardening. Then those areas went numb. She goes on to say, "I tried to fix it myself, thinking I was doing something wrong. I got to where I wasn't eating at all. I thought I was losing my mind." At her wit's end, Linda decided to go see her doctor in June of 2016. She dropped her robe for him and recalled crying as she said to the doctor that she had not been eating anything and still couldn't figure out why her body had become disfigured. Her doctor then diagnosed her with paradoxical adipose hyperplasia, or PAH for short, and he said that basically this means that no amount of dieting and no amount of exercise was ever going to fix this. This is a rare side effect that happens to about 1% of coolsculpting patients. Essentially, the freezing process has caused the fatty tissue that they wanted smaller to now become thick and begin to expand. A plastic surgeon from New York City was also interviewed in this article, and he added that this is really the upsetting part for a lot of patients. He goes on to say, "Patients go in to have something reduced and now it's enlarged. And the problem with PAH is that in some instances it may not go away. In many circumstances, the affected areas are no longer amenable to liposuction like they would have been in the first place." Now, what's wild here is that Linda has alleged that her doctor reached out to coolsculpting about her PAH, and the company told them that they wanted to make things right, although we wouldn't have a $50 million lawsuit on the table if they actually did something. The company apparently offered to pay for liposuction with a surgeon of their choosing, but then on the eve of her liposuction appointment, she was informed that they would only be covering the procedure if she agreed to sign a confidentiality agreement. So she refused and then paid for her own first 2 full-body liposuction surgeries. After her surgery, she apparently had to wear a lot of compression garments. This included girdles and a chin strap for 8 weeks, because if she didn't, she would be at risk of the PAH coming back, which apparently it did even after the second liposuction in July of 2017. This is a stark contrast from the Linda Evangelista that the world came to know 30 years ago. She wasn't just a model, she was a supermodel. She graced the cover of about 700 magazines in her career and was a muse for some of the fashion industry's top creators. Her story now, though, is more about getting back that sense of self and questioning why she felt the need to do these things to her body in the first place. She goes on to say, "Why do we feel the need to do these things to our bodies? I always knew I would age, and I know that there are things a body goes through, but I just didn't think I would look like this. I don't recognize myself physically, but I don't recognize me as a person any longer either." She, Linda Evangelista the supermodel, is sort of gone. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this though, because that's all the time that we have for today. So stay classy, and I'll see you on the next one.